Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video. It is a collaboration with Toi Magazine and with Sunny Sync. She is a certified transformational health and life coach. She's the founder of Sync Coaching and she coaches women through their miscarriage and their pregnancy losses. So hi Sunny, I'm really excited to get to chat with you again today. Your background looks beautiful. I love the flowers. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me. So do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and about what you do with women and miscarriage?
Yeah, thank you so much, Ayla. So I work with women in any stages past their miscarriage, actually, from women who have just miscarriage had a miscarriage to women who had a miscarriage years ago and are still feeling the after effects of those miscarriages. I really help them come to a place of peace and wholeness. So for a lot of the women that I work with, they're feeling like they have no one to talk to. They feel really alone, but they also just feel this turmoil that hasn't gone away. And to like really help them come to that place of peace within themselves and to feel good about themselves again.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's something that's so powerful because we often think of miscarriage as a singular event and we don't realize or think often about how it affects life going on years and years down the road, and it might be something that comes up later for people. Okay, so as a lot of my viewers in my community know, they kind of have an encompassing view of my story and of my journey. But just to keep it brief, I had gone through a 5-year infertility journey, dealt with a lot of different things throughout the whole thing, lots of trials of different avenues that we went through, different IVFs and going through sperm donor and adoption. And throughout the whole journey, it was very tedious. It was very difficult on us, on my husband and I, on our marriage, on relationships with other people, just on our hearts overall. And it was something that we grew a lot from. I think that I can easily look back and say how hard it was and how awful it was, but I can also look back at it with a lot of love and acceptance because it has made me into who I am today. And that's not to belittle all the difficulty that I had, but it is to kind of just show that we are able to come out of it and still grow and learn from ourselves. So after 5 years of infertility, I did give birth to my darling daughter, Nova, and she is my embryo adoption miracle. And we're just so thrilled to have embryo adoption as part of our story and to love her and we're just honored to be her parents. So it has been a very long, crazy journey, but it has brought us the most ultimate gift in her, in our ability to parent, and just our love that like exceeds just regular life. It's just, it's way bigger. So yeah, that's kind of my story. And how about yours?
So I actually started trying to conceive about 10 years ago, something like that. And I had a daughter 8 years ago is when I started trying to conceive. I had a daughter who was around 10 at the time, and I was in my mid 30s, and I really didn't expect it to be hard. I didn't expect to deal with infertility, and mostly I didn't expect to have miscarriages. So it was definitely a lot of turmoil. So I got pregnant the very first month trying. I was super shocked that it was so fast, but I ended up having a miscarriage. And then again, 2 months later, another miscarriage. And so I think after that second miscarriage, I started to realize that it was gonna be a hard process for me. And so I ended up throughout the course of about 5.5 years, I had 4 miscarriages and 2 ectopic pregnancies. I think the reason that I really want to help people is I felt so unsupported generally by the medical field, by family, by friends, by communities. I didn't even know where to turn. And so I love that you were able to find these beautiful life lessons and to be able to take all of these things away from it. Me at the time, I wasn't able to do that. I was really just in this really dark, depressed state, like just a state of hopelessness. I wasn't able to see any of the benefits in it. I was just like really in this deep, dark place. And so when I was able to finally like really find my way out of there, and I had my coach training and things like that, I just knew that I had to use it to help other women, because for me, I didn't feel like I had the support that I needed to help me get out of that place.
And like you're saying about finding support from the medical field, that also kind of encompasses support from family, from friends, from people in your life. And when I thought back onto my pregnancy loss that I had dealt with a few years ago now, I can't really say that I had that much support from the people in my life. And I think it's just comes from a place of not knowing what to do and not knowing what to say or how to act, and being afraid of doing the wrong thing or whatever it might be. And I do remember feeling especially lonely during that time. And it was kind of tricky for me too, because I had, of course, had this community online that I was sharing with and that were very interested in the results and in things that were going on in our journey. And so I believe I didn't really give myself time to deal with that personally and in my own little bubble with you know, my husband and myself. And I was sharing right away about, you know, we didn't, that pregnancy didn't continue and everything. And so I probably didn't grieve it the way that I deserved to in that time because of all of that outside stuff. So looking back on that now, I definitely think that I've learned from that, and that if that's something that I'm dealing with again in the future, that I will take that into consideration. Support is so crucial, and I don't know that I got what I really needed from that.
You know, when it comes to family and friends, I think you're totally right. Like, they want to be able to support us. They want to be able to help us, but they don't know how. We haven't been taught how to grieve.
Yeah.
They haven't been taught how to help someone grieve or to be there for someone who grieves. I was watching your video that you did about a week ago about infertility. And so many people just said, what I want is somebody to be there for me, to listen to me, to not try to fix anything, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know how to ask for that. We also haven't been taught how to ask for the support that we need. And so part of what I do with my clients is talking to them about, like, what do you need from other people, and how can you ask for that gracefully? How can you ask for the things that you need from your family and friends, so that they're not guessing, and so that they know, you know, how they can best support you. Because we're not given a training manual for this. We're really not given anything. And in terms of support, one of the things that really made me angry, so I had this little dot on my head. I think it's gone, but it was there for a really long time, right? It was just this like little brown dot on my head. It was there for such a long time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the dermatologist and see if this is like something I need to be worried about. And I was literally in there for 3 minutes. The dermatologist takes a look at me and he's like, nope, it's not cancer. And I got this little bookmark, like this little brochure that's like how to know when you have skin cancer. And I walked out of there and I was grateful to be given like this resource to know. But I was really mad because out of 6 pregnancy losses, I was given nothing. I wasn't given a single thing to say, like, here's what you can expect, here's what not to expect, here's what may happen with you emotionally, with physically, here's some resources that can help you get through it. Nothing. I wasn't given anything. And so that's one of the things that I really am passionate about providing for with my nonprofit, is something for a woman to take with her from the doctor's office that helps her find the resources that she needs.
Right. And often when you're in that, right, like you're not thinking about those things. Like having something physical to reference or look back on is pretty valuable for sure. So I find your coaching so wonderful, and everything that you said is just amazing. And I'm really excited that we're able to do a giveaway for 3 lucky people to just get that support from you and to have those sessions with you. So at the end of the video, we're going to give just information on how you can enter the giveaway if you're interested. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But we're very excited for that. So the next thing is just about what solutions or what we kind of took from the journey and how we're moving forward now. And for myself, of course, that's doing YouTube, sharing, my parenthood journey after infertility. Even though I find that kind of funny because I don't feel like I'm after anything, I'm still going through it. But talking about different topics that are sometimes difficult to talk about, sometimes that bring a lot to the table with YouTube and stuff. And then also for myself with doing embryo adoption and bringing Nova to the world through embryo adoption. So of course, embryo adoption is near and dear to my heart. It's something that we are so thankful for. It's a new thing in a way, like it's been around for a while, but not a lot of people have talked about it for very long. So I find it interesting to be in the public eye doing embryo adoption. But I have learned so much through my time doing that. And so essentially this beautiful family who they had done IVF to form their family, and they felt that they were done, they were complete with their family, and they felt that the remaining embryos that they had, they wanted to see those embryos have a chance at life. And that is something that's a hard decision. That's a hard decision to make, is what to do with those embryos, because I know a lot of us are faced with that going through IVF and stuff is that big question. And so they felt called to donate, and they felt called to donate specifically to Caleb and I because they had been supporting us through this journey. And so it's just a really beautiful story of how it all panned out. And it's so long, so I won't get into it all. But essentially, we've formed some beautiful relationships, and we have Nova now, and she is loved beyond measure. She is so lucky because she is a product of selflessness and love. And I think that it's the most beautiful story, and I just can't wait to be able to just relish in that with her and just talk to her about it. So so that's kind of my way of how I've taken my journey and done something with it, is by trying to share with others on YouTube and on social media. And then also by kind of raising awareness about embryo adoption, about infertility, loss, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, and so can you tell us about your nonprofit organization? I'm really excited to hear about that.
Yeah, so I've had a vision for this nonprofit for a couple of years now, and it's so close to my heart. What I really want to do is provide resources for women, because I know that I didn't have those resources. I felt so alone. So resources and community. I have a full vision of miscarriage support, fertility support, and actually support for providers as well. So for doctors, and this would be training in grief and how to support a woman who is going through a loss. There's so many times that I've spoken with women, and me myself, I had many instances when I was going through that were very uncomfortable for me. And I know that when people want to do better, and so when they know better, they do better. And so that's kind of my 3-tiered approach in terms of really providing women the best resources possible after their miscarriage. I'm so passionate about it because I believe that we really do deserve it.
No, you're so right. And it's not something that you really think about or realize until you're in it. And so, yeah, it's very valuable to be able to speak to not only the people who have experienced or going through it currently, but to people who might not have that knowledge base. I always say knowledge is power. So I'm very thankful for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm so passionate about speaking about the things that people won't speak about or are afraid to speak about, because we need the voices. We need voices like you and like me talking about these things, so that women who are also going through the same thing don't feel so alone. So I'm going to be starting a movement through Instagram.
Okay.
And so what women are going to do is they're going to post a video of themselves saying, as a woman who's had a miscarriage, I'm deserving of blank, my little life mattered. Or for women who have not gone through a loss, or people, anybody who wants to help support the this mission. They can say, women who've had a loss deserve, and then they fill in the blank, and their little life mattered or matters. Their little life matters. And so it's just this movement that we're going to be starting to create some awareness and love, and talk about what resources we deserve, and what we deserve during and or after a loss.
Right, getting the conversation started.
Hey everyone, this is Sunny Sink. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I hope that you're having a great day. I wanted to come online and announce something so very exciting. I'm going to be starting a movement, and this movement will be to help women to not feel so isolated after a miscarriage. It's also to really help spread awareness about what we really are entitled to if we've had a miscarriage. So I hope you guys will all join along. I will give you instructions on the next slide on how you can take part in this movement. As a woman who's had a miscarriage, I deserve love, compassion, and emotional support. My little lives matter.
So do you want to tell us what you want to fill in the blank for that sentence?
Yeah, so absolutely. As a woman who's gone through a loss, I deserve quality medical care with clear descriptions of what I'm going through physically and what I may go through emotionally.
For myself, as a woman who has experienced a pregnancy loss, I'm deserving of love, compassion, patience, and understanding. Thank you so much for doing this with me, and for Twa Magazine for setting this up. It's wonderful to just have like this raw conversation and to talk about our different perspectives. So thank you. And as for the giveaway, some more information for you guys. You can follow Twa Magazine on Instagram. You can also follow Sunny's Instagram. I'll leave all of the links down below, and that's where you can find information about the giveaway on Twa Magazine's Instagram. And like we said, there will be 3 sessions given away to go and talk to Sunny and talk to her about your loss or what you've been experiencing, and get that coaching and that support. And I think that's really beautiful. So thank you so much. Any final words, anything you'd like to say?
I'd like to thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I love everything that you're doing and all of the awareness that you're bringing to the subject, embryo adoption, infertility, miscarriage. It's just so inspiring, and I love your channel and I love your family. It's just amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.